This training video is using a mock-up cubicle that is not connected to any power source. When racking in a live switch gear, all proper electrical PPE and safety procedures should be used. You must hold a red trip plate to lower the levering shutter prior to inserting the crank. Rotating the crank counterclockwise levers the breaker from the connected position out to the test position, then the disconnected position, and finally at end of travel to the removed position. From the removed position, the cubicle rails can be extended to facilitate removal from cubicle. The rails will lock downwards into place once they reach full extension. The breaker can be pulled out of the cubicle by hand. The breaker rollers roll on the top edge of the cubicle rail. Here the connection of the lifting adapter that is used to lift the breaker off the rails with the traveling lifter and hoist assembly is demonstrated. A pump-up cart is being used to facilitate placing the breaker on the rails. Lowering the breaker onto the rails can also be accomplished via the lifting adapter with the traveling lifter and hoist assembly if equipped. The cubicle rails are extended, and the breaker rollers are positioned above the rails. The cart is lowered so the rollers now rest directly on the extended rails. Note the direction of the levering arms on the breaker are facing towards the cubicle in the removed position. With the cart removed, the breaker is slid toward the cubicle into the removed position. In the removed position, the electrical contacts cannot make up. The extension rails are slid back into the cubicle by slightly lifting the ends and pushing in. With the breaker in the cubicle in the removed position, the breaker can be racked and using the levering crank, rotating it clockwise to rack the breaker into the cubicle. The connected position is indicated by the draw-out unit position indicator on the faceplate. When the connected position is approached, you will feel resistance increase as the disconnects engage the bus stabs. Travel will then completely end as the roller arms hit their stops. The levering shutter will not close until the breaker is in either the test or connected position. If the levering shutter remains open, the breaker will stay and trip free and will not operate.